Hey everybody, this is Joe Robinson, and in this video I'm going to show you how to play a really fun fingerstyle guitar arrangement of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. If you're new to my channel, welcome, consider subscribing, ring the bell, hit the thumbs up, and leave a comment. All these things help the algorithm spread the music to more people, and I appreciate that. Let me know if you have any requests for songs you'd like me to teach you or arrange. And do check out my daily exercises course at invisibletechnique.com if you're looking for a great workout for your left hand and right hand. This is a series of courses that will really help you. I'm convinced of that. So without further ado, let's jump right into the tune. Okay, this arrangement is in standard tuning, and I'm using a thumb pick on my right hand thumb. I do have tab available. It is linked below. I cannot give you the tab for free because this song is not in the public domain yet, but it will be in a few years. That'll be a nice day. But in the meantime, you can purchase the tab if you'd like to follow along. I'm going to go through in explicit detail all the different sections of the song. Basically, we have an intro, we have an A section and a B section, and then we have a C section and a D section. And the C and D are more like kind of a bluesy, improvised set of solos. So I'll go through the tune briefly so you can hear all the different elements, and then we'll break down each section one at a time. So the intro starts like this. A 1, 2, 3, intro. A section. B section. Back to the A section. C section. To the D section. Back to the B section. Back to the A section. Big finish. Okay, so just to recap, we have the intro, which is quite short and sweet. We have the A section, we have the B section, and we have the C and D section, and then we kind of come back and repeat those a few times, and we have a simple ending. So there's not that much to break down. There's really 4 main sections of the tune, and we're going to break those down individually now. But before we do, we're going to start off breaking down the intro. To begin with, let's break down the intro. Now, the intro is only 8 bars long, and I'm looking at the tab, and I'm going to describe the right hand and then the left hand. So the right hand is playing a bass pattern with a thumb. That is called the 5th string root bass pattern. And anyone who's familiar with my lessons will understand this bass pattern. But if you're new, this pattern is really worth learning. It takes a while, but once you get your thumb to be able to do this automatically, it's going to make every fingerstyle guitar song you learn easier than the last. So the pattern goes like this. 5, 4, 6, 4, 5, 4, 6, 4 with the thumb. And you want to get a nice boom, chick, sound going. So that's the pattern if the chord has the root on the 5th string, such as A major, which is the chord we're playing in this intro. Okay? If the root is on the 6th string, Then we play the 6th string root bass pattern, which is typically played like this. 6 4 5 4 6 4 5 4 6 4 5 4 6 4 5 4. But if the chord is one like this, where there's no 5th string being played, then you can just rock back and forth between the 6th string and the 4th string. And I'm doing some gentle muting, so I should say some subtle muting with my right hand palm. And we're going to get this kind of a sound. Has a funky swinging attitude to it. So anyway, we have the 5th string bass pattern, 5 4 6 4 5 4 6 4. And then we have the 6th string bass pattern, which is 6 4 5 4 6 4 5 4. And sometimes the 6th string pattern is just 6 4 6 4. Okay. That's what the right hand's doing. I wanted to go into quite a bit of detail on that because I have a lot of comments from people saying, can you go into more detail on the right hand? So that's what's going on. The other thing I'll say with my right hand is my go-to starting position, and that applies in this intro, for the right hand fingers is index middle ring on strings 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the index is on 3, middle is on 2, and then ring finger is on 1. So when I play this first chord, I'm playing the open A with the thumb pick, and then I'm playing the top 3 strings of the guitar with the index, middle, and ring finger, and we have this syncopated rhythm that goes like this. And then into the A section. So the chord I'm playing there is an A5 chord. It's like a power chord. And the notes are A, E, A, E, A. So it's called a A5 chord because it's just got the A and the E, the root and the 5th. The frets are open, A, and then 2nd fret, 2nd fret, 5th fret, 5th fret. And so what we're doing is we're playing that bass pattern that we already learned, and then we're adding this. So you might be realizing that even just learning this intro is a guitar lesson in itself, and that is true. When you're learning an entire fingerstyle arrangement, it's normal for it to take several weeks of dedicated practice. But the thing is, this is such a great style to play because you can be self-accompanied. I don't need to convince you on the merits of fingerstyle guitar. I'm sure you appreciate it if you're watching this video. But I just want to encourage you that it really does take a while to develop an arrangement like this and add it into your repertoire. But the thing is, the more songs you add to your repertoire, the easier it is to add new songs and the better your musicianship becomes. So it's worth sticking with learning an intro like this, even though this intro is going to take quite a bit of practice. So that's the rhythm up top. 3, 4, 1. And then the bass. So with the left-hand chords, I'm just going A5, and then I'm kind of bringing the top 2 strings down a whole step, and then back to A5, and then I kind of slide off to open nothingness land, and then I play the A5 again, and then move it up 3 frets to a C5, and then back to an A5. So it's really just a vamp, it's really just a vibe and a groove, setting the feel for the song. So I'll play it really slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can go slower than that. playing the thumb pattern with the thumb, and I'm doing those stabs on the top 2 strings with the middle and ring finger. Almost sounds kind of Chinese or something. That's the thing about the pentatonic scale, is so much of Chinese music is built around that pentatonic scale, and so is so much pop music and blues music, so it's a very interesting thing. So that's the intro. And I'm using the left hand to kind of play some short and staccato notes. If I just played a really kind of standard plain left hand, it would sound like this. See how boring that sounds? But what I'm doing is, it's almost like a horn line, and the horns are muting. You don't hear horns going. There's kind of a stab and a rhythm to the. A rhythm to the note duration, and that's happening with the left hand. So the left hand is pulling on and off. Hopefully that made sense to you. But that's the intro. It's kind of short and sweet, just 8 bars. Refer to the tab, I think it'll help you. But without further ado, we'll jump into the A section, which is kind of the main theme of the tune. Okay, the A section sounds like this. 3, 4. That's all it is. It just repeats that a couple of times, and then it goes into the B section, and then there's a lot of repetition from there. So it's an easier tune than you might think. You might have been discouraged by the intro, which is kind of tricky with the syncopation. But here we're just going. I think it's good to be able to spell out the melody and chords like that before we start adding the groove. So there we're just going. We're sliding into an A chord, and the melody is on the C sharp, sliding from C. So it's C sharp, A, E, E, and then we do what is essentially the same melody but on the D chord, sliding from the F to the F sharp, D, A, A, all within that D5 chord there, which is open D, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret. So once more. Something like that. Then we just repeat the A again. And then we go. And that'll be familiar to just about all of you, I'd say. Just an open D chord. Pulling off the middle finger. 2nd fret of the 1st string, open, and then 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So far we have then we go so that's C sharp, 2nd fret of the 2nd string, 5th fret, 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And then that C sharp again, 2nd fret of the 2nd string. And then open B, pinky on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Then G sharp, 1st fret of the 3rd string, resolving to an A. If you want to do a little exercise, practice doing a little string roll with the right hand, finger roll I call them, and spell out the melody with a finger roll. And there we have it. Once more with that melody. So let's add the bass pattern now. I'm sure you'll agree that sounds quite a bit more compelling. The way to learn a tune with an alternating bass pattern like this is one bar at a time. So the first bar might be, the second bar might be, and that's the third bar. As you can see, it's a case of getting the mechanics down first before you can really make music and connect all the melodic elements together. So I encourage you to look at the tab to see where the notes are lined up. I think that's going to make it a bit easier. So to play the bass and melody together, I really recommend taking it one bar at a time. Piecing it together. I'll play it once more for you, really slowly. Pretty much through all that, I'm sticking to my rule of index on the third string, middle finger on the second string, and ring finger on the first string for my right hand position. Next, we're going to break down the B section. The B section sounds like this. Back in the A section. So as you can hear, it's a pretty short and sweet section. Just like before, let's spell out the melody within the chords. So we have an A to begin with, and the melody is A, B, A, 5th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret, and then G sharp, and then to a D chord. And I'm playing the D in my favorite inversion of the D chord, like that. Well, it's actually kind of like a D7. But sometimes I just play a D chord like that. 5th fret, 7th fret, not playing the 3rd string, and then 7th fret. It's a nice 3-note D chord. That again, so that same melody. And then we come up here. So we go to a B7 chord basically. To an E7. And then we do this melody. So we go G sharp, A, B, A, G sharp, F sharp, E, that's the top line. And the harmony is C sharp, B, A, sharp, then to an E9 chord. Okay. And there we have it. So, spelling out the melody once more. There we have it. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the bass pattern at the same time as that melody. And just like before, we'll take it one bar at a time. And then put them together. And we repeat. To B. E7, played nice and slowly. And there we have it. If you're feeling like your guitar technique could use a little bit of a tune-up, check out my daily exercises course at invisibletechnique.com. I've had rave reviews from students who've gone through the program and learned the simple, easy to follow exercises that I personally have been doing for over 15 years now. They've really helped my technique develop, and I know they can help your technique improve. So do check it out at invisibletechnique.com, my daily exercises program. I highly recommend you check that out. So the structure of the arrangement goes A section, B section, A section. It's an A form. And then we need somewhere for it to go. So I came up with this C section and a D section that kind of has a bit of a bluesy element to it. It sounds like this. This is what the C part sounds like. 1, 2, 3. To the D section. So all I'm doing there is going from an A7 to a D7, A7 to a D7, A7 to an E7, A7, and then doing this walk down on minor sixth kind of chords. So let's start off with the position of this A7 chord. Open A, 5th fret, 6th fret, 5th fret, 5th fret, and then a D9. 5th fret, 4th fret, 5, 5, 5. Then A7 again, and then an E7, 7, 6, 7, back to an A7, and then we do this chord, which is 9th fret, skip the A string, 7th fret, 9th fret, 8th fret, skip the A string, 7th fret, 8th fret, down a semitone to an A. So we're doing a hammer-on, and then that hammer-on hits at the same time as the bass note hits. There's the melody. And then over the E7 chord, we have the pinky playing C, B, C, B, A. A little turnaround. So it's when we do that with the bass pattern. Remember, the way to learn that is one bar at a time. It's really good practice to just get one bar to sound good and feel good and be connected to the rest of it. So the entire C section just repeats that vibe. E7, kind of turnaround thing. And then we come down to a D7 over an F sharp. Second fret, skip the A string, open D, second fret, first fret. And then we just repeat that. E7 with a C up top. And that's the C section. Repeating it once more. 1, 2, 3, 4. The D section next. The D section sounds like this. And then we go into what is essentially a repeat of the C. Big lick to finish with. So we're just coming up here to this A9 chord, open string, 11, 12, 12, 12, but the pinky is up there on the 14th fret of the high E string. And then we do this, which is the same as the A7, get up on a D position. We repeat that. And then over this B7 chord, you can really play whatever B7 riff you want. Sometimes I do that, or on the tab I think I'm doing something like that. But any kind of B7 bluesy thing, something like that would even work. But what we're doing is we're just going B7. That's so it's G, E, G, E, and then an E7. Then we repeat what was essentially the C part. For all that. And then we end on an A, and we do this riff. It's triplets. And I'm just doing that with the ring, middle, and index finger on the left hand. 8, 7, 5, 8, 7, 5, 7, 6, 5, 7, 6, 5, 7, 6, 5. Ending on an A. 1. Okay, so the entire D section is 3, 4. And then from there we go into the B section, and we have a very simple ending. So let's break down the ending now. The ending sounds like this. Very simple. Just going from a B6-9 to a B-flat 6-9 to an A6-9. It's called an A6-9 because it has the A, and that's the kind of key center, has the 6th, has the 9, and then the 5 as well. Beautiful inversion. So it's 5th fret, skip the 5th string, 4, 4, 5, 5, and we move that up 2 frets, down 1 fret, and then resolve on the A, and we do a little harmonic if we so choose. So that's really all there is in the tune. I'm going to kind of just go over the different sections again. So we have the intro, the A section, repeat the A, into the B section, repeat the A section, into the C part, the D part, into the B section, A section, repeat the A section, last time, there we have it. Santa Claus is coming to town. Let me play it through once more for you with no talking.